The BumbleKast is for entertainment purposes only. The host's comments and opinions, and those of their guests, are wholly their own and do not represent that of any other entity. Content is provided as is, with no guarantees of accuracy or timeliness.
It's a BumbleKast Mini, collected from our standard Q&A.
Aggressively Mediocre asks, do you think Ridley should stay permanently dead in Metroid? His story potential is pretty much depleted, but there might be gameplay potential left, especially with the new controls from Dread.
Ridley has come back so many times now that I think that's part of the character.
I think so, yeah.
And I think it fits into the science horror theme. You know, he can't stay dead. He is doomed to always come back as some twisted version of himself. And given what a horrible individual he is, it's kind of fitting. So I'm okay with him showing up. Sometimes as like the surprise boss, sometimes as a major antagonist. As long as he's utilized well, I'm not wholly opposed to it, especially since the Metroid series is fairly light on narrative. I think you can get a lot of mileage out of just recurring themes.
Yeah, it's fairly light on recurring anything really, other than Samus. So
I mean, with which one was it? Was it Dread? Yeah, Dread. When Kraid pops up and Samus just goes from, oh no, I have to fight too. Oh, it's you.
yeah.
That wouldn't read nearly as cool if Kraid hadn't come back at any other point, you know? So the fact that he's been resurrected as an X thing or whatever the explanation was, you know, I feel like that really informed that particular moment and it validated it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anime Lover 3819 asks, hey Ian, would suggestions for how to make sense of certain story elements, such as a certain echidna's house, count as fan ideas that you don't want to use anymore?
Yes. Rule of thumb, if it is an active license that I am currently working on, please do not give me fan ideas. In general, don't give me ideas at all, because they're yours. It is my job to come up with them. And if you give me yours and I accidentally use them without your permission or knowledge or consent or whatever, then I have effectively stolen from you and nobody wants that. So I know the temptation, believe me. 20 years ago, I would be just bouncing off the walls. You know, I want to contribute. I don't even want credit. Just let me be part of this process. I really, truly get it. But being on the other side of it, I understand why it has to be that way.
Mm-hmm. Bunnybell3 has a question. Is Foreign single? If so, does he have a type? And can you put in a good word for me? Thanks.
It's complicated.
Uh-oh.
And you might need a porter to deal with all that baggage. I'm just saying, maybe get to know him a little more before you start ringing his scry. You know, maybe just give it a little bit of time.
Uh-oh. I don't know. Getting to know him more might make him even more desirable.
Yeah, Bunny Bell may say in the end, I can fix him. That's fine. That's perfectly fine.
Good luck.
And the way Adam designed his hair, I get it. I'm just saying, do a little more research first. Trust me on this one.
Wait for the book to come out. Callum Q asks, Brandon Sanderson is one of my favorite authors, and since Ian is another one of my favorite authors, I thought I'd ask if you've ever read any of his books, and if so, what do you think about them? I have not. I know that.
I don't immediately recognize the names.
It does sound familiar. He wrote Wheel of Time, I think.
Friend of mine.
Oh, he completed Robert Jordan's series Wheel of Time.
Oh, okay.
That was one of the big things he did. It's like,
no, I have not read Mr. Sanderson's work, so I am sorry I can't provide any feedback or insight or geek out.
Well, maybe someday. Throw it on the pile. Dog with Sunglasses asks, Mr. Flynn and JCRB Krause, which would you pick for yourselves? Comfortably lifting 500 pounds like carrying a shoebox? Flexibility like Dulcim? Or Dynasty Warrior cardio fitness? I don't necessarily have the need to carry lots of heavy things. And Dalsim's flexibility is weird, so I guess cardio fitness, maybe. I don't know.
That's tempting, but given how many times I've wrenched something trying to pick up the thing that fell off the side of the couch
True.
and should be just within reach, it shouldn't hurt that much. I think or that, when you have that one itch in that part of your back that you cannot reach.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Dalsim.
Okay.
I can find all the cat toys that got lost into the fridge. I can get that thing off the top of the shelf without needing the step ladder.
Yep.
I can grab stuff without throwing my back out.
You'd creep your wife out by being stretchy all the time.
Yeah. Crawl around like some kind of spaghetti spider.
She would hate that.
Mm-hmm. It'd be hilarious.
Oh, no. Doodles of Waffles has a question. For Ian and Kyle, who would have been an interesting character to be included in Poker Night at the Inventory? Oh, we've done many.
Yeah.
Glom Gold would have been a great one.
Yeah.
2017 Glom Gold specifically. Spamton
would have been fun.
Harley Quinn Bane.
Or Harley Quinn herself.
Or Harley Quinn, yeah.
Pretty much any iteration of the character.
Yeah, pretty much.
1980s Krang.
Yeah. 1980s Shredder.
For pity's sake, Shredder, don't literally cut the cards.
Let's see. Who else? We've definitely had a few. We can't say Strong Bad. Strong Bad is already in one of them.
Exactly.
Yeah, what the heck? There's good options. Let's see. Any good Mega Man characters?
Maybe Zero if he played it mostly straight, but
yeah,
not, like worrisomely aggressive at times.
Yeah. Zero would be pretty funny. One suggestion I'm
Any
getting
of
is
the Muppets.
Oh God, yes. Any of them. One suggestion I'm getting is Team 4-Star Nappa. I think if you just went for any Dragon Ball character, it would probably result in something hilarious. Whether it's the abridged version of the character or not.
I'm inclined to go with the abridged version. No, that's
funny. Yeah, that's pretty good though. Oh boy. Yeah. I think that's a pretty good lineup right there. God Save the Cam asks, what was the reason for adapting Super Adventure Rockman before Mega Man 3 and using it to introduce 3's Robot Masters? Did it hinge on wanting to use Ra-Moon to explain Shadow Man's alien origins and or give Wily a reasonable excuse to atone in 3, quote unquote?
Got it in one. That's pretty much all the reasoning in a nutshell. We could have placed it after technically, but given all the villainy Wily had done up to 2, having 3 happen and then Ra-Moon, to me at least, it made more sense for Wily to do something perceived as incredibly heroic during Ra-Moon to set up 3, rather than try to make it sense the other way around.
Mm-hmm. Here's one from Jonathan B. Big, though recent enjoyer of the podcast with a burning question. Are any of you fans of Kamen Rider? If yes, which of the 3/4, if you split Heisei, do you like the most?
I am shamefully not up to date on my Kamen Rider.
Yep, same here. I only remember when it was called Masked Rider. That's the last thing I know about it.
I know it's very, very influential
25
in the
years
history
ago.
of
Sentai
heroes, but it's on the pile.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get to it eventually.
And this one's from Robbie JP. Would you trust Draco Centaurus politically? I think she'd make a good president. I mean, clearly having any sort of political experience is no longer a requirement for the top office. So, yeah, sure, probably.
Look, if she can arrange Puyo Puyos properly, she can probably balance the national budget. So why not?
It's true. It's true. And Soul Sparks is here with our last question. Ian, the way you wrote Arthur and the rest of the G&G universe and Worlds Unite brings me immense amount of joy, even for how little screen time it all has. With that in mind, how would you go about writing a proper Ghosts and Goblins comic? And would you even have any interest in doing so? The canon of the series is very loose, even compared to other Capcom arcade games like Bionic Commando. But I still think it could work. Especially if you were to bring in elements from the Maximo duology and the Gargoyle's Quest series. Gargoyle's Quest, that's so good. Anyway, sorry.
I vaguely remember when doing research for the crossover being flummoxed with, okay, what is the official version of these characters? What is the baseline?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that was what I had to take away from it. So
yeah.
I guess a comic adaptation would be like the comic version without having to adhere to any one particular narrative, unless Capcom said this is the one you're doing, in which case that's the one you're doing. The tricky thing would be Gargoyle's Quest is kind of treated like its own franchise internally.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, we had trouble getting Firebrand in the mix for the crossover.
Yeah, and that's weird, even though he's like literally one of the first enemies you meet in the original Ghosts and Goblins. It's like, what? Hold on.
We had a hard time calling him Firebrand in the comic. Business makes things complicated, but it's hard to say this is what I would do because I have no idea what the approval waters would be like and how to navigate them. But in general, doing something that's kind of a lighthearted action comedy seems appropriate enough for me. A little bit of horror element, but nothing too actually like spooky, more in that there are ghosts and goblins and they are associated with horror.
Yeah. Overall, it's a pretty goofy, cartoony series with a bit of an edge to it. It's like the inverse of Castlevania.
Yeah, I guess.
Tonally, the setting is actually pretty similar, I suppose, but tonally, I would say that, where Castlevania is more serious with some goofiness, Ghosts and Goblins is more goofy with hints of some seriousness here and there. That's my takeaway from it.
No, I think you're on point. That rings true to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, just have fun with it. I don't know how much mileage you could have doing a direct adaptation, but given the setting of, your B-movie monsters and your chivalrous knights, I feel like you can get a lot of mileage out of just the premise alone.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is a bit more like a bit more of a Dirk of the Daring sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like a Dragon's Lair, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that Dragon's Lair tone. I can see that working.
I almost said far less frustrating, but I'm not sure about that.
No. The game-wise, no. But, sort of that tone. I can see that. All right, that's it. That's all we got for this BumbleKast Mini.
Thank you to everyone who submitted their questions. If you want a BumbleKast Mini of your very own, just you, head over to patreon.com/BumbleKast, Ko-fi.com/BumbleKast, or become a YouTube member. Be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and we will see you next time on the BumbleKast.
See ya.